back to my channel. I am Vishnu ECE branch 4th sem, and I am with a new topic in the subject called microcontroller, and the topic is ADC0804 Interfacing. What are the objectives of this ADC804 interfacing? First, we'll learn about what is ADC and then pin diagram of the ADC804, pin description of ADC0804, interfacing diagram of ADC with 8051, working of ADC, timing diagram. Mainly, what is ADC? ADC stands for analog to digital conversion. ADC, the given analog value to a digital value. ADC converts the given analog value to the digital value. Sensors and transducers used in industry are analog in nature. It is necessary to convert the analog output from the sensors to digital so that the corresponding signal can be processed by the controller. ADCs are used everywhere we have to process, store, or transmit an analog signal in the digital form. ADCs are used in TV Turner cards. There are a lot of digital ICs available to convert analog to digital. In microcontroller interfacing, the frequency used ICs are 0804 and 0808. ADC chips are either parallel or serial. What is ADC 0804? The ADC 0804 is a IC is a 20-pin and 8-bit parallel ADC. It works with 5 volts and has a resolution of 8 bits. The ADC 0804 is a commonly used ADC module for projects where an external ADC is required. In this ADC, the conversion time varies depending on the clocking signals applied to clock in pin. But the conversion time cannot be faster than 110 microseconds. Converts a signal analog input to digital output. Parallel digital output. Successive approximation register SAR. Features of ADC0804. You can see the right side is the pin diagram of ADC0804, where it has 8-bit resolution of ADC converting into 110 microseconds. Axis time 135 nanoseconds. It has an on-chip clock generator. It does not require any zero adjustments. It operates on a signal 5 volts power supply. Output meet TTL voltage level specifications. Internal clock or an external clock can be used. An external RC network can be used to set the internal clock frequency. You can see the ADC 0804 chip pin diagram. This is the ADC 0804 chip pin diagram where it has 20 pins where input and output also taken, and clock pin is also used. Ground and other pins are all used in the ADC 804 chip. Description: pin CS chip select an active low input used to activate the ADC 0804 chip. RD, this is the active low input signal. RD, read, make this pin high and after some time low, where the high precision will be 1 and the low precision will be 0, the value. This will bring the data from internal registers to output pins after conversion. WR, write, make this pin low 0 and high 1 approximately to start conversion of data analog to digital. Clock in is a clock where it connects external clock to this pin. INTR, interrupter, is also used. This pin automatically goes low when conversion is done by ADC 0804 or when the digital equivalent of an analog input is ready. VIN, connect input analog sensor pin or input voltage to this pin. VIN minus, ground to this pin. Other pin functions are A GND analog ground to this pin. V reference to set the reference voltage for analog input, very important in pin discussed further. Digital ground to this pin. D0 to D7. These 11 to 18 are the data pins, output data pins. These are the output data pins used to extract the output from the project. Clock or used to clock in pin when internal clock source is used. VCC to input of 5 volts. Next, interfacing diagram. This is the interfacing diagram of ADC0804 with using 8051 microcontroller. Working of ADC interfacing. For every interfacing initializing is needed. For ADC, the initial values are INTR1 and RD1 WR equals to 0. Where interrupt for the completion of the ADC process, we use the INTR. A read from 0804, the read pin, the value will be 1, and start to write conversion, the value will be 0. Next step is to start the process of converting analog to digital data. By changing the state of the write pin, transition from 0 to 1 will start the conversion. End of the conversion will be acknowledged by the change in INTR state. Steps for converting an analog to input and reading the output from ADC0804. Make CS0 and send the a low to high pulse to WR pin to start the conversion. Now keep checking in the INTR pin. If conversion is not finished, INTR 1 pole unit, it is not finished. If the conversion is finished, go to the next step. Make CS0 and send a high to low pulse to RD pin to read the data from ADC. Now you can see the timing diagram where all the interfacing of the ADC0804 804 chip has taken. Thank you friends.